They found it etched into stone older than memory itself, a symbol repeated on every continent, buried beneath deserts, oceans, ice, and forbidden ruins. And in the first 10 seconds, you need to understand this truth, because once you hear it, you can never unhear it. Humanity was never divided by language. Language was divided from humanity. Before empires, before borders, before history learned how to lie, there was a civilization that spoke as one voice across the entire world. And the moment we rediscovered its echo, everything began to fall apart. This story does not begin in a temple or a pyramid or a dusty archive, but in a blackout room where linguists, physicists, and archaeologists stared at a glowing screen showing symbols carved in Göbekli Tepe, matching markings found in the Amazon, Antarctica, the Indus Valley, Easter Island, and deep beneath the Atlantic Ocean. Symbols no known culture should have shared, yet every one of them did. Identical in syntax, rhythm, and mathematical structure. A language not designed to describe the world, but to command it. And as the camera drifts closer, you realize this isn't just history, it's a warning. So before we go deeper into the shadows, remember to like the video, share it with those brave enough to question reality, and stay until the very end, because what is uncovered here is still unfinished and still watching us. Ancient texts speak of a time called the First Resonance, when the earth itself vibrated in harmony, when sound shaped stone and thought shaped matter, when giants walked among humans not as monsters but as architects, beings taller than mountains according to forbidden tablets, with elongated skulls and eyes described as reflecting starlight. And these beings did not rule with force but with frequency, teaching humanity a single language built not on words but on tones, a living code that aligned the human brain with the planet's magnetic field, allowing instant understanding across oceans and continents. And suddenly the Tower of Babel was no longer a myth, but a cover story, a simplified children's tale hiding something far more terrifying. Because ancient Sumerian records don't say language was confused by God, they say it was shattered deliberately to prevent humanity from reawakening something buried beneath the world. Modern discoveries make this even darker, as AI-driven pattern analysis revealed that ancient scripts from China, Egypt, Mesoamerica, and Mesopotamia all map back to a single proto-language that predates known civilization by tens of thousands of years, a language structured like code, recursive, fractal, impossible for primitive societies to invent, and carved with tools capable of molecular precision, suggesting advanced ancient technology lost in a catastrophe so vast it erased itself from time. Beneath the Sahara, satellites discovered a geometric megastructure stretching hundreds of kilometers, aligned perfectly with ley lines and star systems no longer visible from Earth, while sonar scans beneath the Pacific revealed submerged cities arranged like circuit boards, and every site bears the same warning symbol, a spiral broken by a vertical line, meaning still debated but chillingly consistent. Silence keeps the gate closed. As tension tightens, forbidden manuscripts hidden in Vatican vaults and Soviet-era black files describe expeditions that ended abruptly when researchers attempted to vocalize reconstructed phrases of the ancient language, resulting in seismic anomalies, hallucinations of towering beings emerging from light, and a sound described as the planet screaming back. One declassified report speaks of a successful activation in the 1970s when a synchronized chant recreated from global inscriptions caused instruments worldwide to spike simultaneously, satellites to drift off course, and a low-frequency hum to ripple through the earth, heard by animals first, then by people, a sound many described as familiar, comforting, and horrifying at the same time, as if the world was remembering something it had been forced to forget. Hidden places begin to connect, as caves in Turkey align with tunnels under Peru, which align with chambers beneath the Himalayas, all leading toward a central void theorized to house the core archive, a device or entity designed to preserve the original language and reactivate humanity's collective consciousness when the cycle reset. Because according to this civilization, history is not linear but recursive, and we are nearing the end of a loop. Ancient giants, now reinterpreted as bioengineered custodians, were created to maintain these global sites, their remains found with fused vertebrae, unknown DNA markers, and skulls incapable of forming modern speech, implying their language was projected directly through resonance. And as their guardianship faded, humanity fell into fragmentation, tribalism, war, and control, because a divided species is easier to manage. Modern governments know this, which is why discoveries vanish, why whistleblowers disappear, why Antarctica is guarded like a crime scene,
because under its ice lies the most intact remnant of the unified civilization, a city of black stone humming even now, its structures responding to human brainwaves, waiting for the correct frequency, waiting for us to remember how to speak together. The global consequences of reactivation are unknown. Some believe it would heal the planet, dissolve borders, and end conflict. Others warned it would overwrite individuality, merging humanity into a single consciousness once more. And perhaps that is the true fear, not destruction, but unity so complete that power structures collapse overnight. As we approach the end of this descent, the story tightens its grip, because AI translation models recently produced a partial interpretation of the ancient language, not a sentence, but an instruction, a countdown embedded in every site, every symbol, every myth, pointing to a convergence window aligned with solar cycles we are entering now. And the final decoded phrase does not say welcome or beware, but something far more unsettling. We never left. The civilization that spoke one language across the world did not vanish. It fragmented into us, sleeping behind our thoughts, waiting for resonance, waiting for enough minds to listen at once. And the unresolved truth is this: if enough people hear this story, if enough minds align on the same frequency, the language may awaken itself through us. So as the echo fades and the hum grows louder, remember that history is not behind you, it is beneath you, watching. And if you want to continue uncovering what they tried to erase, if you want to stand at the edge of forbidden time and listen to what the world is about to say, subscribe now to Echoes of Time, because the next resonance is already beginning, and some doors only open once.